Your potential is nothing without taking an action. I'll tell you why. I used to be someone who loved many different things. Whenever something felt fascinating or interesting, I always felt like I wanted to learn it and even master it. I avoided the fact that a person cannot master everything. You can be good at something, but mastering it is something else. I kept ignoring this reality. Over the last 5 or 6 years, I have been constantly learning new things, and eventually, I started feeling frustrated. I began multiple learning journeys, learning a new language, trying to become more knowledgeable, starting YouTube to improve my communication, working on becoming a better speaker, more articulate, and more confident. I wrote down many plans for my future. I used to think that once I become financially independent and had enough money, I would buy certain instrument and learn them. For example, I've always loved the ukulele. I wanted to learn. There are also Indian instruments like the dholak and mridang, if you know, that really fascinates me. Even now, I still find them interesting. I've decided not to learn everything anymore, but there is one thing that has stayed in my mind for a long time, and that is singing. I love singing, although I don't know how to sing, but still I love singing and I want to learn it. And I love listening to music as well. I'm especially drawn to old music, not strictly classical, but old pure music, old Bollywood songs from 50s and 60s, Carnatic music, or old instrumental music. I really love the kind of, you know, music more than trendy songs. I do like some new songs as well, but only when they have meaning, good composition, good music. Most modern songs don't connect with me. In the same way, I don't feel the same vibe that I get from older songs. Apart from this, I also wanted to become a very knowledgeable person. Still, I want, and I'm still working on that. But earlier, I believed that I could learn everything, and that mindset made everything feel overwhelming. Another thing I realized about myself is that I used to be a perfectionist. I wanted perfection in everything I did. I wasn't okay with making mistakes, and I was very afraid of them. Because of that fear, I often didn't have the courage to start something new. Whenever something felt uncomfortable or outside my comfort zone, I avoided. That's one of the reasons I stayed in the same place for so long. One of the biggest mistake I've recently realized is that I spend a lot of time learning things only in theory without actual executing them. For example, in the last few weeks I've been focusing on my improving my spoken English, especially fluency and explanation. I struggle with explaining things clearly, as you can see in this video, and with storytelling as well. Earlier, I used to watch videos about grammar, parts of speech, tenses, passive voice, preposition. But now, after learning something, I sit with ChatGPT or a notebook and I practice with that. I practice actively, even if I don't want or feel boring. What matters is that I'm executing what I learn. That's when I realize why I wasn't seeing visible result before. It was because I wasn't applying what I learned in real life. Now, even if it's just for practice, I'm using it. And that's why I can see improvements. If I had been executing things earlier, the situation today might have been very different. But I can't change the past. At least I've learned my lesson. Even though it took me 5 or 6 years, I can't change the facts. All I can do is accept whatever happened and decide not to repeat the same mistake. What if I had taken much longer to realize this, or even an entire lifetime? That has happened to a lot of people, right? So that's why. Now, whenever I learn something, I focus on execution. Learning without applying is not useful. We all know, right? So you may collect information, but if you don't use it, it's waste of time. So my realization is simple. Don't chase too much information. Learn one thing, apply it and reflect on it. If you don't apply it, there is no point in learning it. That's my recent realization.